don't watch this video if you're a beginner. That might sound like clickbait, but I assure you it's not. I won't be going over any hotkeys, methods, or ideology behind modeling. This is purely to show how to solve a very specific problem. This is a quad remesher showcase. This is the main thing I want to show off. So I'm going to show you how to create that nice high poly and the low poly in a way that is very easy. So let's just jump straight into this. I'm just going to create a quick kind of example, an example of like what you would do, what you would need. One thing to bear in mind is we want nice, smooth, sharp edges for the quad remesher to work. Now, in the previous demos that I recorded, I did a cutout. I'm going to do a addition this time actually. So I'm going to first of all set this to smooth. This is going to give us nice smooth. I'm going to set this to smooth and put this on angle as well. And yeah, let's add that. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to move this maybe over, make it bigger, and then let's cut that out. Ooh, that's some tricky geo right there. Let's grab it out. Grab it out. How's this looking? It's looking pretty interesting. This would be kind of a pain in the ass to turn into a a nice sub-D asset, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do something like this. Maybe let's further complicate it. Let's add more bevels, more shapes. Ooh, look at this, complex. So let's say this is the asset. This right here is what we want to make nice. We got a awkward curvature here. We got awkward shapes here. It's just, making a nice sub-D of this is a pain in the ass. There's a few ways you could go about doing this. You could use ZBrush, but that involves a license for ZBrush, which is, last I checked, it's like a couple $1,000 or pounds. Next up is you could use something like Remesh in Blender. So you could use like a Remesh here. This is dangerous. You got to be really careful with this because it can just completely lag your PC out because it's creating really high topology. And then you would put a smooth corrective on it. This is a way that I think initially I knew about through a Simon Fuchs tutorial, I think it was. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But essentially what you do is you add a remesh, put a smooth corrective on it. You can already see that it's kind of slowing down my Blender. I'm going to go to length weight, pin boundaries, only smooth. You see it's kind of slow. Okay, so now we can finally put this on like 20 or something. But we've got face like faceting here. This is not looking so good. We need to go, we would need to go way higher on this. Let's try something like maybe 200. Now it's, it's getting pretty slow. This is like bogging down. Let's have a look at the result as well. There's ways around this. You can go have a higher base mesh before remeshing. There you go. This looks okay. This works. But yeah, it's kind of laggy. You want to start making changes. Maybe you want like some crisper edges. How are you going to go about doing that? It's kind of a pain. And yeah, it's so slow. I just like my whole Blender just setting it to shade smooth. So yeah, let me show you my way once this loads. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to remove the remesh. I'm going to bring back our mesh. I'm going to do this by angle. This looks relatively good to me. So we're going to use quad remesher. Let's try something like 20,000. Sounds like a lot. It's not. It's fine. We're going to use normal splitting, and we're going to have no symmetry. Yeah, this is all good. Generally, the only things you need to change are these. So we're gonna detect it by normal splitting. So that means basically wherever you've got a sharp edge in your shading. Let's remesh and see how that looks. Very fast. It's already complete, and this is the result. So we've got geometry that follows all the contours. We got where it's a flat surface. We've got really even quads. Even here, We got even quads. It's a little less even around here. You could probably clean some of that up, but generally speaking, it's quite good. So how does it look when we put a subsurface on it? So let me put that on level 3. I'm going to remove the auto smooth. This looks good to me. This looks very nice, very crisp. We got no issues anywhere. You know, this is clean. This is a really, really clean sub-D mesh. You know, we can come in here and start editing this. It's, you know, it's lightweight, easy to work with. You could send this to ZBrush as, you know, without the sub-D. It's good, and it's handled this curve really well. So let's say you want softer edges. So there's 2 ways we could go about doing that. We could either, I'm just going to duplicate this all as a backup. There you go. So we want softer edges. There's 2 ways we can go about doing this. We could either go lower here. So let's go really low, 5,000. This is going to be really difficult to represent this asset in only 5,000 triangles, but we're going to see how it goes in 5,000 quads. There you go. This looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty good to me. You know, when you compare it to the original, you know, the level of density, there you go. That's the difference. So now if we add a subsurface to this, now we can see what we're dealing with here. So now it's way softer. That looks really good. Let's say for whatever reason you want it even softer again. Okay, so let's, instead of going lower, because that could cause problems. You know, you can only go low so far. What else could we do? Well, we could combine this technique with that other technique with the remesh and use the smooth corrective. So I'm going to grab that smooth corrective. I'm going to put this on 1, only smooth, pin boundaries, length, weight, and now we can start playing with this. So let's try this on 50. So that softened it a little bit, but not very noticeable. Let's go 200. Let's just go completely overboard. Okay, that could go further. We could go way further on that. Let's try 500. Bear in mind that bear in mind that this is smoothing out your sub-D mesh. So what I should have done, instead of going to 500, let's go back down to 200. Oh my god, I went to 2000. We will be back after this brief intermission. Welcome back after that brief intermission. So this is one way. You could put the number on something silly, something you didn't even mean to type in, but genuinely that took about 45 seconds, and I've got a very good PC. On your PC, it's going to take 10 times that. Okay. So let's bring that down. Let's go 100 even. 100. I don't want any lag today. Okay. So instead of using this level of sub-D, I'm going to go down a level. Like, there you go. Boom. Already softer. Let's go down again. Boom. There you go. Way softer. You know, it's way quicker to add. Obviously, the reason for that is that it's lower resolution. This is the resolution. This will be fine for baking. But if you did want it higher, you could just put another sub-D afterwards. But yeah, we can go really, really soft if we want. Really soft. You know, it's all down to us what we want to do. We've got the flexibility to handle this however we want. So let's say what we want is something like this. Okay, so now what do we need next? We need our low poly. So this is going to be a pain in the ass to kind of retopple and make a low poly of. I mean, it's not difficult, but it's going to take you a little time. Why do that when we've got this? So I'm just going to parent those and then bring this to the middle. Oh, I don't know why they don't match. Oh wait, I can. There you go. Now they match. I don't know why I was matching. Forget it. So we've got this is our high poly. This is going to be our low poly. So this is currently what we've got for our low poly. Let's start by adding a decimation. I'm going to put this on planar and put it on like 2 degrees or something. Let's see. Doesn't seem to do anything. Let's try 3, 4. 4 seems pretty good. I'm going to duplicate this and put it on a collapse. Put this on like, 0.5. You could do something like this. It starts getting pretty messy pretty fast. What you can do instead is basically adjust your booleans. So, we don't need all these segments. Let's go down to like 3. There you go. Let's say this is our level of detail. We're going to do the same with this one, go down to like 3. Maybe 2. That gives us nice kind of like shapes. I'm going to pull this over because we've got this edge. I don't want that. We've also got too many segments along here. So I'm just going to go to my weighted bevel. I'm going to pull that way down. Let's say something like this. So now, what we're looking at is something that's pretty good. I think I still want to adjust some things. I've ended up with too many things. There you go. I wasn't sure about this. I wasn't feeling. Yeah, let's say that's what I'm feeling. This also is a little too low res. I can up that. Boom. There you go. Let's say something like this. And then we can start looking at our decimations. So 5 degrees doesn't seem to do anything, which is totally fine. I'm happy with that. We don't really need to decimate any of this. Essentially what I would do probably is I would maybe add these just well, I'm thinking about this sort of how I would do it. I would come in and start kind of fixing a lot of this by hand. So I would just do like a visual geometry to mesh. So now it's actual, like an actual asset. We can look at, just putting a triangulate on here, put it minimum verts to 5 so that it only does the n-gons. And now this is sort of what we're looking at for our asset. There's obviously some issues here, so we can kind of clean these up however we want really. I could just start doing whatever I want. This would be terrible geo. Let's do really ugly ass geo. Yeah, gross. Yeah, it's whatever you want really. So yeah, that's it. You've got your low poly, you've got your high poly. Gonna get rid of these. So yeah, there you go. We got put those on the same location. There you go. So we got our high poly and we got our low poly. That's it. It's easy as that. You can, if you wanna edit some stuff, unfortunately now that we've applied it all, you would have to go back. But like, it took how long to make these soft edges? If you need to make some changes, like you should be, adjusting them here. Like, let's say we want, I don't know, like we want to put this right here, something like this, and we want this to go all the way like this. Now we've got a whole different asset, and let's remesh this and see what we get. Boom, there you go. We got asset. Let's put a subsurface on it. Look at that. Nice. That looks pretty good to me. We can put a smooth corrective on it. If you don't lag out your Blender like I just did. I've got a hotkey that uses a certain scale, and my project is not to scale right now, so it's probably going to take about 5 minutes. So, but you get the idea. It's powerful, it's flexible, and all you need is Quad Remesher. You can get I believe a 30-day trial, and it's all the features, but it's only for 30 days. I bought my license for Quad Remesher for I think it was about £90, and that was about 7 years ago maybe. I use it all the time. It's the best tool ever. I highly recommend it. It is well worth the money. And I should have mentioned this at the start, but you can use Quad Remesher. It's a standalone program with a plugin integration. So you can use Quad Remesher in Blender, of course. You can use it in Maya. You can use it in 3ds Max. You can use it in Cinema 4D. All sorts of things. Houdini, I think. It's in everything. So don't sleep on this. Don't waste time modeling all this stuff by hand. There you go. This is what I want to show you. So you want to make it softer. Just use a smooth corrective and put this on like 60, 100. Bring this down. Boom, we got softer shapes. How soft do you want to go? It's easy. It's super easy. We've got small little pinching here. It's probably to do with the resolution and the it's just the topology really. I could go up a level, do a different smoothing. Still got pinching, whatever. It's not a big deal. Generally, I wouldn't go past like 100 on this, but that's not a rule. You can do whatever you want. If this helped, let me know. If you've got any questions, just ask, and have a good day.